Hey, what's up guys? BJ Dale back with a new Wednesday art critique video. Today we have 3 designs that come from Moriah, from Logan, and from Nate. So also, if you guys want to see your designs possibly featured in an upcoming video, I'm going to go ahead and start a new weekly art challenge. I'm going to talk more about that at the end of today's video. So if you want to join in that, just keep watching and find out how. All right, so let's take a look at the 3 designs today. The first one is from Moriah. She is a member of the Keep Creating Facebook group. Moriah has this cute skull design that I wanted to show off today. This one's really well done. I like the style of it. Just the overall look is very well done. A couple things that kind of stand out to me that could probably be improved on. And I know I've touched on line weight before, but the importance of line weight really is to use it as an extra tool to show shadows, to show where the light source is coming from. And in this case, the shadows fall on this side of the skull head, so that means the light source is coming in from this top direction. Therefore, line weight, she has really good variance in the line weight throughout, but this line over here should actually be one of the thickest ones because of the way the light direction is coming in. So I would thicken up this part here and taper it in there just to show that this part here is the furthest away from the light source. So just by doing that, kind of gives you an extra tool to show where that light source is coming from. Also, like I said, with the light source coming in from this way, she's got what I would think are highlights here and then here and here. The only problem with that is these actually show up as darker than the base color of the skull. So I would change those and just do a stark white across there and make those a little bit brighter. Just because, like I said, with those being highlights, they should be a lighter color than that base color. So that's one small change. Another thing too is, let's say that the skull was completely white. So here you're not actually going to be able to do any highlights because this is the just whitest white you can get. So this is another time when line weight really comes in handy. You can actually thin out these top lines and use the line weight to show highlights. So the fact that the light source is coming in from this top area, this line is going to be the thinnest, and so on and so forth down there. And you can kind of trick the viewer's eye into seeing that the highlights are there without actually having them be there. One of the last things I noticed about this piece too, I love these extra lines inside the eyes. It really adds kind of some depth and dimension to you know, a cartoon which is usually pretty flat. So I think that was a really wise design choice there. So very good job, Moriah. Love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. We want to see more of your stuff in the groups. Next one is from Logan. Now, right off the bat, the first thing that stands out is this is a design that very stylistic. It's not something you know, that's based off of any tutorials or anything like that I've done. So Logan has found a pretty unique style. Really reminds me of kind of Japanese animation or manga, and I like where he's going with this. Talk so much about line weight, but you can see Logan really doesn't use too much line weight throughout this. He doesn't vary it up any, and I think it actually works on this pretty well. This actually comes across more as a, you know, a concept character sketch design that you'll see like in, you know, video games or just books or movies or stuff like that to get an idea for a character concept. So I do like the look of it. Asked Logan what he used to do the outlines, and this was basically just with the bamboo pencil or brush that's in Procreate from the beginning. It's a default brush, so it kind of, you can see, has kind of a more jagged look to it, which I think really works well for this. It gives it almost a traditional look. And you can see too the way that he did a lot of the highlights and the shadows. It's got more of a Copic marker feel to it, the way that he did the blending, which I think really works. And especially the shadows down here, he goes in more for, you know, a heavy inked look rather than going with the opacity method like I've shown in the videos before. But I think it looks really good, it works really well. And the outfit, you know, tells a story, and I think it's really, really well done. one thing I wasn't sure about when I first looked at it was this pink area down here, and then once I pulled down and zoomed in, I think this is a nice touch. So what you're looking at here is actually the inside of this coat that comes down. This is the lining, like that silk lining inside coats. I think that's a nice touch that adds a little bit of authenticity to it, a little bit more character too. But yeah, like I said, as you can see, there's different ways to draw. Find your own style and go with it. And like I said, stand out from the crowd. This one really works well. So kudos to you, Logan. Great job. And the last one for today is a cute croissant image. This one was done by Nate. Nate's actually someone I know from the internets. Nate's a good friend of mine who I met online, and he's a graphic designer and artist who I think did an absolute fantastic job on this picture. Nate's also a YouTuber. He's got a channel on YouTube called Nate Does Art. Guys, you need to hop over to check it out. He's got some awesome videos, very entertaining art videos. So I'll put a link in the description for that, and you guys can hop on over and subscribe to his channel as well. But I think this design, honestly, is pretty much as perfect as you can get in a design. The layout of the text and the font used goes really well with the design, and you can see the way that he did the shading here. You've got the light source coming down this way, so the shadows are all on the bottom and the highlights are on the top. I like how he used the highlights kind of sparingly around here, and it really gives that a three-dimensional look to it. It also has a very, cute and kawaii look to it, which sells really well. That's one of the, I guess, the hurdles and obstacles you run into is when you start designing, inanimate objects like this. How do you give them a personality? How do you give them a life of their own? And I think Nate did a fantastic job, giving this inanimate object some character, and I think it really, really works well. Nate is actually a Merch by Amazon designer as well, and this one is on a t-shirt on Amazon. I will also put the link in the description for that. You guys can hop on over and purchase a shirt from Nate, because this is absolutely fantastic, and everybody needs to own it. It needs to be in everyone's wardrobe. So great job, Nate. Like I said, not too many changes. Can't really think of anything here. Even the the way that the flakes down here are laid out is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I think this is a really, really strong design and a great example of something that is simple but really, really works. All right, guys, so that's it for today's video. As always, thanks for watching. As I said at the beginning of this video, we're going to do a new weekly art design challenge, and I'm going to announce those on these Wednesday videos, and you've got until the following Tuesday to complete the work and post it in the Keep Creating art community on Facebook, which I'll put that link in the description. If you don't have Facebook or don't want to join the group, you can always email me at bjdell@gmail.com. But next week's video is going to be all about this. The keyword is axolotl. If you don't know what an axolotl is, it's a super cute little creature. I'll put a Google link as well in the description so you can check them out. So that's going to be the keyword for this week. Draw an axolotl in your style. Post it, send it to me, and I'm going to pick out 3 or 4 of them to do for next week's video. But as for me, I can be found, as always, online at bjdell.com and on Instagram and Twitter at bjdell. So until next time, keep creating.